seconds.
Greetings, everybody, from your favorite podcast host named Brian and Elliot. It's Brian and Elliot, and listen, it is Elliot's birthday. Happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah, I just turned 21. I can finally drink more than Kool-Aid. I've advanced to drinking unsweetened cranberry juice.
That's the move of
really
somebody who's
out.
far older than 21.
Yeah, I haven't graduated to prune juice because that's just not happening.
No.
I might do plum juice, but I've never had that. That's probably none. I'll probably do none of those things.
Ah, there it is. Working the gimmick. Love it.
But I
Did you do anything special?
Do anything special today? I went to work. I got up this morning. Had a moment of reflection, and then by midday I turned into an old man. Like, you know what? I'm done today at work. I've had enough for the day. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this day. I'm going home. I sent myself home.
That's pretty good. That is a special thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm not saying all kids you should do that. If you're 21 and just started your career and you haven't managed for like 20 something years and stuff like that, you can't do that. No one knows what you can do. All right. I built my team. I have them trained well, and they're all looking for ways to move up, and they realize that they can do that if they can run the facility without me being there. Guess what? I don't need to be there. They send me home. Go home, old man. Go home. I'm like,
there you
know
go.
what? I'll take you up on that. I need to take a nap.
The nap. You know, you never appreciate the nap when you're allowed to take them.
Right. But when you can, and you start getting, cranky about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you know what you need. That energy is sputtering. And
right?
Coffee, believe it or not, millennials and Generation Z, coffee doesn't answer all things.
No.
So at some point in time, it's just, no, you need to sit down somewhere. Funny thing is, and I don't know what country it is, but they actually have instituted a thing where they allow the workers to go take a nap in midday. In America, it's like a no-no. Over in this particular country, I don't know which one it is. I used to know, but I'm older, and I don't live in that country. So there's that. But I know it happens. If I had my own business, I probably would hey, look, Jimmy, you kind of you need a Snickers and a nap. Take it. Is that all right? Either way, I just don't want to see you right now with your bad attitude. Take a mental health break.
Right?
Snickers with hazelnut, which is actually quite good.
Oh, that sounds good.
It is. But Snickers did not pay me to say that. But I'm a man that's old enough to I've had a few things. I've eaten a few candy bars. I look like it. And I don't care because it was good.
But listen, Mars, if you want to start paying us to say stuff like that, we're not against it.
No, we'll definitely we'll definitely take the money. There's a lot of things we can say about Mars products because I like most of them. But you know the funny thing is, I have yet to have a Mars candy bar, and I turned 45 today, and I've never had a Mars candy bar.
A Mars bar?
Yeah, Mars bar. Never have.
I think I've only ever had one.
You had one?
Yeah, which is weird because there was an M&M Mars plant in my hometown growing up.
Mm-hmm. Wow. See, I would have loved to have had. I mean, it's not like I can't go to CVS or Walgreens and have one.
Right.
I just never had. And I used to run a few CVSs. Still never crossed my mind. I remember when Nestle, when I was a kid, Nestle used to have those chunky bars.
Oh yeah.
Square, the silver wrapper and all that.
Oh yeah.
And there was a lot of candy. When you're a kid, there's a lot of candy bars that you like, and so it was like hard to just like I'm gonna like break away from the whatchamacallit, but I always wanted to have one. So then when I worked at CVS, I like, you know what? And I get an employee discount. I'm gonna try this one. I'm gonna try this one. I'm gonna get it out of my system finally. I literally was like a kid in the candy shop, kind of. Yeah, but I guess wasn't a kid. So kids, annoy your parents. Run the risk of getting a whooping, and then have all the candy that you want.
Run the risk of getting a whooping.
Yep, run the risk. It'd be sweet torture. Like you might get your butt torn up for it, but that Reese's will taste nice. Your mama did. And this is how you know you're gonna get a whooping, kids. Your parents go ahead and buy it because they don't want you having a temper tantrum in the store. But when they're looking at you, you get that fake smile as they're giving you the candy that you asked for. Guess what? You better eat that candy bar now, because when you get to the car, you won't be thinking about that candy bar. Just saying. Just advice from a dad. I got 2 boys.
So, are you ready to hear the performers for the Super Bowl halftime show?
So, am I ready to hear about the post-pandemic selection for performing at the Super Bowl? Because so far, everything else that's been post-pandemic 2021 has really not been that good.
Well, I think you might be. I think you might be happy with this.
Okay.
So they announced it today. First on the list, Kendrick Lamar.
I have no idea who he is.
Okay, he's actually pretty good.
All right.
He's a rapper.
Okay.
Now wait. Next up, Dr. Dre.
I know him.
Eminem.
I know him.
Snoop Dogg.
I know him.
And Mary J. Blige.
I know her. So
that is your Super Bowl halftime show.
Okay, so they can get rid of the guy that I don't know. Because I've never heard of Kendrick Lamar, don't know about him. I'm pretty sure his mom and dad and cousins, kinfolk.
It probably made him to some Mary J. Blige music.
He what?
They probably made him to some Mary J. Blige music.
Probably. But it's Mary J. Blige, though. Who doesn't like Mary J. Blige?
Right?
The kids in Kendrick Lamar's neighborhood like him, and they love and care about him. I mean, I don't wish him any ill will. I just don't know the man. He could walk up, sit right beside me.
He did the Black Panther soundtrack. Like the whole soundtrack was him. So all those Black Panther songs were Kendrick Lamar.
Okay. I mean, like all the movies that I've ever liked that had killer soundtracks, I've never known or cared who did the music. I just man, that's a good soundtrack. Does not like that. That still doesn't motivate me to let me go get a Kendrick Lamar album.
Okay. Well, Kendrick Lamar notwithstanding, not exactly a family-friendly halftime show.
Well, Mary J. Blige can be family-friendly.
She can, but
it goes. I have a feeling that there's going to be a contact high.
I know, right?
Like, hey, we're packed to the gills of people, and 50% of them might have COVID. Might as well get high and act like we don't know a thing. How the fuck did I get sick? Wake up dead. That type of thing.
Oh, jeez.
Like, hey, like I said, this is the post-pandemic choice.
Man, I'm sick of hearing those words, post-pandemic.
But it's true, though. Where's the lie?
There's no lie.
Yeah. Okay. So this is where we're at. Because you know what? It makes sense, though. Because when I was younger, I'm still young. but when I was younger than my youngness now. When I would listen to Eminem and Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, they were the perfect music that if you're ticked off about things in life, their songs would help get those feelings out because they were all angry rappers,
right?
To some degree, right? You know, it was like you knew. It's not like you. I mean, I have a dad that like there was a real check in my behavior, so it's not. I could listen to stuff and it could make me feel a certain type of way, but if I acted out on it, I wouldn't be able to sit for like the rest of my childhood. So there were limits to it. But the point being, though, you could feel out the emotions with those guys, right? I mean, right. I like certain songs from Mary J. Blige, but that seems like be like a woman thing. So, like, and she like so. I mean, I like there was a lot of songs of hers that I liked, but I just like. I think I was like, if the Earth was her general audience, I was the moon. I floated around, but it really wasn't all the way in. You know, Kendrick Lamar is not even in the solar system. I'm like, it's like, okay, so the adults will sing, and then here's the kid right here. All right, there's a junior table over there. Go sit there for dinner. The adults will go talking. All right, so I digress. Going back to the angry stuff, we're
digress. Nothing but digressing.
It is. And I'm depressing it too at the same time. We're all angry. We're all as a society angry about what we've had to deal with for the last 18 months. And so like, you know what? Let's just roll this out. By the time we get to February 2022. We're gonna be all sick. If we're not sick of whoever's has residuals, like they're not sick of it yet, but they're getting there. By February 2022, we all will be there. We've all had pent up frustration. Yes, over being, set up inside. We've been locked down, locked up, confined. I mean, we literally, there are people that think about it, like. There were husbands and wives that didn't know whether they got along well with each other, and because of that, they could. But they could deal with everything because they had their jobs for 8 hours away from each other, dealing with everybody else. So the lockdown made two people that weren't really dealing with each other that often have to deal with each other, along with kids and all these other types of things here and there, right? This is nationwide, right? And then on top of all of that, right? You're only used to dealing with your kids 4 hours out of the day, because it was always at the end of the day. You get to 6 o'clock to 10, and they put them to bed, right? Now you had to deal with them all day long, and the bars were closed.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, that was Elliot's thoughts on the Super Bowl halftime show, also known as a I hate the pandemic rant. So,
right.
Obviously, I'm going to throw in my thought on the Super Bowl halftime show, and that is we've come a long way since Paul McCartney a few years ago. And
that'll be 2023, buddy.
Check us out, obviously, here on the YouTube channel. Check us out on Instagram at
this.those.
Check us out on Twitter at this_those. And on Facebook, This Podcast Is None of Those Things. Hit us up on the email, This Podcast Is None of Those Things @gmail.com. And listen to the podcast at Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Audible, Anchor.fm. And that's it. Thank you. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.